Okay, so now what we are going to do is create an array of packet objects, and again you can assign their ID and data and access them. So ask the user to enter the number of packets. So this is just a cout statements to get the number of packets as input. So this is how you create an array of packet objects, similar to how you do an integer. So if it was an integer, you would have said int star and then a pointer name and then new int of array size. The same thing I'm doing here. So num packets is the array size. So packet star packet array equals new packet num packet. So this is instead of int packet, the class name, and the array size is num packets. And the new operator is going to return the base address, the starting address of the array. And everything is of type packet here. So that's why you're saying packet star packet array. So packet array is now the name of the pointer that stores the base address of that array. And we saw that last time itself using this figure here. So this is now the array that I created. So let us say I create num packets is what, say 8. So I create an array of 8 packets. Again, I just came up with this address 200. So it starts with address 200. And that is the base address of this block of array of packet objects, and that is stored in this packet array pointer variable. Its value is 200. Again, as I said, what the pointer stores and we are representing in the figures is the value. The pointer itself will be somewhere else in memory at some address, say 1000 or something. We are not going to really need that address for most of the programs that we are doing. So we are not going to use the address of the packet of the pointer. We are going to use the value stored by the pointer, which is the base address of the array that we created. So that's 200. Now remember, so like if it was an integer array, each element here would have been an integer, right? So each element now here is a packet object. So how can we access a packet object? By say going through a loop, or if you know the index right away, we can say packet array of say 4. So that means I want to access the object at index 4. So I say packet array of 4. That's the array name, packet array, the pointer to the array, and then 4, so I can access like what we saw last time. Now let me go to the details. So ID is an integer, so it is 4 bytes. Data is a real number, double, so it's 8 bytes. So 4 plus 8 is 12 bytes. So each packet object takes 12 bytes. So that's why the memory addresses are written like this. 200 is the address of the first packet object, plus 12, 4 plus 8, 12. 212 is the address of the second packet object, plus 12. 224 is the address of the third packet object, plus 12. 236 is the address of the fourth, and so on. So when I say packet array of 4, I want to access the packet at index 4. So internally what is done is, like we did earlier for the integers, 200 is a base address that is stored in the packet array, plus 4 is now the index. If this 4 was confusing, let us make it 5. So 5 is the index we want to access, so it is 5 times 12. So why 5 times 12? 5 is the index of the packet object we want to access. And what is the size of each packet? It's 12 bytes. So you're multiplying that by that size, 12. So 5 times 12, so that's going to be 60, so that's 260. So this is now the address of the packet at index 5. So we can right away go to this address 260 and access that packet object. So again, remember, what we are storing at each of these addresses is a packet object. So why I emphasize packet object repeatedly? Because now if I want to print the data of this packet object at index 5, you may be wondering which operator I should use. Should I use the dot operator or the arrow operator? And the answer is you should use the dot operator, because you are accessing the object itself right away. So if you want to get its data, I can say packet array of 5 dot get data. So don't confuse between the use of arrow or dot here. This is packet array of 5 is now an object. You are accessing that using the pointer to the packet, right? But what is stored in that address is an object. So packet array of 5 returns you the address of that object. So you are now accessing the object right away. So you have to use a dot operator. So dot get data. Is that clear? So when I say int, if array is the array pointer is a pointer to integer, when I say array pointer of 5, you're basically you can say cout, right? So cout array pointer of 5 will print you that integer value. So that like that packet array of 5 is returning you the packet itself. So the packet object itself. So you have to use the dot operator to access it. So don't make the mistake of using the arrow operator when you have something like this. So when accessing the array, the packet array, the object array using the packet pointer and the index, that will return you the object itself. So use the dot operator. So that is the key thing you have to understand in this example here. So you can return its ID and do any math with it. I'm just doing +1 to print, because the ID index, the loop runs from 0 and our packet ID start from 1. So I'm just returning +1. So that's nothing significant here. So the key thing is to use the dot operator. Okay. And now as the last thing, you can delete that block of memory. So like we deleted all our integer arrays. So packet array is the name of that pointer that stores the base address of that object array. So I call delete empty square bracket packet array, so that will clear off this block of packet objects that we created. Okay, any question? So I hope I made it very clear. So please go through this video to make sure you get this on arrays, packet, objects and stuff. Again, this is nothing new in this course. You should have seen all these things in 119. I'm just reviewing it. Okay, so I explained it as if this is something new to this course, but everything that we went through should have been seen already, and I just kind of went through the same material again. Right, so you're not yet started data structures. You're going to start now. Right, so let me stop and save this video.